Good morning and welcome to another episode of Eyes on the Ice. I'm your host Tod Brewster, and today we're talking about curling. Curling has everything that a good sport needs. It's got stones, brooms, and most importantly, ice. My guest today is Richard Ramirez, a founding member of the OC Curling Club and has been curling for 5 years. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you, Todd.
So, what is curling?
Well, curling is a team sport, and the objective is to slide this 42-pound granite stone down the ice about 120 feet and land it in what we call the house or a target at the other end.
So 2 teams, how many people are on each team?
There are 4 players on each team.
And a game typically lasts about how long?
About 2.5 hours.
Okay, and these stones look really heavy. How much do those weigh?
They're 42 pounds.
42 pounds. So you have to be,
Well, not really. The ice and the friction, or the less friction on the ice, helps it get down to the other end.
Okay. Well, our own Amanda Cook was able to get out to the ice this last weekend and learn a little bit about how to throw one of these stones down the ice. Let's go to that.
I'm live at Westminster Ice with Nick Wiley, member of the Orange County Curling Club, and today Nick is going to show us the most important part, how to deliver.
Alright, so this is called the 2-stone delivery. It's like the basic steps. And when you're delivering, you're trying to get your stone down to the target. So what you're going to do is you're going to step into this black thing, it's called a hack, and then you're going to step onto your slider. Okay? You're going to squat down. There are 4 parts. There's the push forward, where you just move the stones a little bit to try and get your momentum going. Then there's the draw back, where you bring your hips up and your sliding foot back. Okay? Push forward, draw back, then there's the slide. You're going to bring your sliding foot up, and you're going to move the stones at the same time, and just a little push.
Now, 2 stones, that's not typically how you would deliver.
No, but when we take a beginner, they're very uncomfortable just doing anything on the ice. So we use the 2 stones as like a training wheels for them, and we let them slide with 2 stones. So the weight of the stones help carry them down the ice until they find their balance on the ice.
In a regulation game, would they be using nothing, or
Well, they would be using a broom to balance themselves to the one side, and with their foot just under their chest, hopefully they're balanced well enough so when they let go of the stone, they'll stay upright.
Now I saw she had something on her left foot.
That was called the slider. That's to help you slide across the ice.
Okay, and are there shoes for?
There are curling shoes. Typically, your sliding foot, whatever your dominant foot is, either left or right, will have a slider on the bottom, and then a cover that will go over them called a gripper for when you're not using the slider.
I see. Now, sweeping. The name curling comes, I'm assuming, from the stone going right
from
to
the
left.
Stone either curling to the left or the right after delivery. And what sweeping does is makes that curl a little bit less and helps the stone travel further down the ice.
Okay. Now, Amanda was also able to learn a lot about sweeping. Let's go to that footage.
Sweeping is to make the stone go further and straighter as it's traveling down the ice. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your feet facing forward, okay? So the way the stone is going, you're going to put your broom on the ice in front of the stone, okay? And all you have to sweep is just the little 5-inch section of the stone. That's it. Okay? So you want to put pressure down, so try it. Just like this. Harder.
Like I'm at home.
You should put your hand down lower.
Down here?
So one hand up, one hand down. Yeah, there you go. We're going to move with the stone, and we're going to sweep. You got to watch it sweep at the same time.
I can't hold it down.
You got it. Right. So when you do that and you hit
Not
the stone,
supposed to do that.
it's called burning the stone, and it's taken out of play.
Now we heard Nick say, you burned the stone. What does that mean?
Well, that means that either your broom or a part of your body can't come in contact with the stone. And what that does during the shot, that could displace the trajectory of your stone. So it may work in your favor, it may not, but we just take the stone out of play.
I'm assuming that doesn't happen a lot
It doesn't happen a lot, but it's like golf. It's one of those penalties you call on yourself. It's self-imposed.
Okay. Now, how did you get into curling? How did you discover this game?
Well, growing up in California, obviously, is not a lot of winter sports out here. I moved to the Orange County area and became officiating ice hockey. After an ice hockey game in Escondido one day, I saw them setting this up and going to curl, and I stuck around and tried it out.
Hooked. So is this a growing sport? Is this, you know?
It's a very big growing sport in the California area. In our region, the Mountain Pacific region is the fastest growing that the United States Curling Association has.
Are there, is it happening anywhere else? Is there a
Well, there
sport?
are clubs in Arizona, there's a club in San Diego, a club in Hollywood, and there's a club in San Francisco and Roseville.
Places not typically known
not
for ice.
Correct.
Right.
Typically not your winter sport.
It's more a north.
It's more a northwestern sport. Yeah, Minnesota, Illinois, stuff like that.
One thing I did hear when I was out there, I was able to get out to the ice and watch this for myself. One thing I heard them talking about after they were all through was something called broom stacking.
Right. In the days when this was being played on the frozen ponds and fords in the other regions there, they would stop the game in the middle and stack their brooms and warm themselves by a fire and drink a bit of scotch. We have taken that to do that after a game with our opponents. We'll take them to the local watering hole for an adult beverage.
Very nice. Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, I would like to thank Richard Ramirez and Nick Wiley for being our guests today and for teaching us that curling is a sport that anyone, including Amanda, can pick up and play. For more information on how to get started, go to occurling.com and keep on sweeping on.